On Palm Sunday, Jesus mounts a donkey to ride into Jerusalem. 5 days later on Good Friday, Jesus mounts the wood of the cross. On Palm Sunday, Jesus is greeted with, "Hosanna to the Son of David." 5 days later, the soldiers mock Jesus by saying, "Hail, King of the Jews." On Palm Sunday, Jesus is cheered with, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." It's just 5 days later when the same crowds will say, "Let him be crucified." So a lot changes between Palm Sunday and Good Friday. Perhaps the most striking is when Caiaphas, the high priest, orders Jesus to say, under oath, whether he is the Christ, the Son of the living God. In fact, that phrase, Christ, Son of God, is found only one other time in Matthew's Gospel, when Peter makes his great confession of faith and says to Jesus, "You are the Christ, the Son of God." So what's really sad is Peter's only a few yards away when Caiaphas asks Jesus this question. And this is the perfect time for Peter to speak up and make that same bold confession of faith he once made at Caesarea Philippi. But instead, Peter succumbs to fear. And not just does he deny Jesus, but he curses and swears that he doesn't even know the man. So like Peter, perhaps we made a bold proclamation before Lent began that we would pray and fast and give alms. But then perhaps we failed, and we sang a different tune as Lent went on, as we succumb to maybe temptations and vice. But if we have failed, do not become discouraged. There is no better time to start than this week, because now we enter Holy Week, the holiest week of the year. So it's not a time to give up, but to get up. So no matter what we have failed in, instead we can choose to say the very last line said in Matthew's Gospel before Jesus is buried in the tomb by his character. It's the line of a centurion. It's a line that we can make our own, because like the centurion, we can cry out throughout this Holy Week to Jesus, "You are the Christ, the Son of God."